Could you just maybe expand just a little bit on something you talked about? Give some pointers on how to write an attractive ad that attracts attractive people to an attractive job. Not here's the wages, here's your duties, you must apply here. Because I think that's one place in the beginning people really fall down. And it might go back to the clarity thing.
Yeah. In my book, I have actual job
Examples.
postings showing it pre and post. And if somebody reaches out to me, I'm happy to send them templates, even if they didn't want to buy the book, so that they could work from that. But fundamentally, the biggest shift is the opening, where you are describing the person, not the company. It sounds really basic, but your eyes glaze over when you're reading job ads. But when you come across one that describes, when I get into describing a person, I'm describing what stage are they at in their life and where are they going. So in my book, I talk about the truths about humans, right? And one of the truths that I lean on heavily is things are only good or bad by comparison. And what I mean by that is, like, when somebody's in a stage in their life, how they judge what good or great is by what they've experienced in the past. So, when I got my first car, it was a piece of junk. And so when I would go rent a car, I would be like, man, this is great. I could be renting a Geo Metro, and I thought it was the greatest thing because it was better than my car, what I had experienced. Now, 40 years later, I rent a car, and it's never as good as the car, that I'm accustomed to driving. Our standards change. And so when you're writing that job ad, you really have to put on not the owner hat or the hiring manager's hat. You have to say, what life stage is my ideal person at, and what are they seeing as great, and what are they seeing as the next thing? So I start describing that person, that this is a perfect opportunity for somebody to do X, Y, Z, so that they can, right? And the better I can get at describing their future dream, the reason somebody will stick and stay in your company is if they still believe that they can do their best work yet working for you. The minute that's not true, they're susceptible to changing jobs for just an incremental few dollars an hour raise, 1 or 2% commission difference, because now it's just a job. But as long as they believe you're inspiring them to greatness, you're equipping them for something greater, they're going to stick with you. And so I just take that back to the job description. And most companies start with, I need, you must have. Like, who wants to sign up for that?
Yeah.
So job description, one, and then the market has changed. So you should be putting out plenty of content from your existing employees, because they're going to check out your online presence and they're going to say, man, that place looks like a prison sentence, or those people look happy. We're creating this fingerprint in our Pathfinders group for HVAC plumbing. So I've met with a lot of HVAC plumbing companies, and I've been in a lot of them. And I've walked in one where the office is dingy, the magazines in the lobby are, a year out of date. It looks, old. And then I walked into another one that looks like a high-tech company, right? Brightly colored walls, slogans on the wall, clean. And if you can choose where to work, where are you going to work? Your environment is speaking. So even though online you're maybe not pitching a future employee, it may not even be an employee talking about the job. What's happening in the background, the way your office looks, the way your trucks look, that's communicating to perspective. We all have an identity, right? When we look in the mirror, we see ourselves a certain way. And if they don't see themselves, if they don't see you, your company, mirroring who they want to be, then they're going to have a problem with it. In my book for sales management, I say the same thing. If you're trying to bring somebody up in sales leadership and you're unhealthy, right? And I'm not saying you have to be hyper fit, but if you're unhealthy, like clearly unhealthy, and every time they talk to you, you're talking about your stress and they can physically see you're beaten up, why are they ever going to want your job? You're giving them nothing to inspire them to stay in your company, because that's the next role, burnout and divorce and whatever else is going on in your life.